There's our buddy Alice Cooper with Sun Arise. Alice on the radio tonight, 7 till midnight right here at Vintage Sound 93.1 FM, 68 years old, still going strong, touring in 2017. And so I don't know how he does the radio show every day. I mean, I've met Alice a handful of times now, and he's got the energy, but the fact that he cares about it and he still does it is great. I don't know if I'll still be doing this at 68. We'll see. I'm 33. I have a couple years ahead of me. We'll see how that goes. So January 9th is where we're at. And as you are well aware, 2016 is behind us. A lot of people are excited because this is the time of year when you can file your taxes, get them done, get that W-2. For those of us that maybe do other things besides our normal job, you may have to wait on like a 1099 coming through, or if you pay student loans like I am still doing, you get those forms, you get it all together, and where are you going to go? Mike Steele's here for the first time ever. Hi, Mike.
Good morning, Tony.
Ultimate Tax in the house. My goodness. I've known you longer than 4 years, almost, I guess 4.5 years, probably. But first time on the radio. And is it safe to say, sir, that like between now and April, you're just busy? So the fact that you're here is awesome. Thank you.
This is the ramp up.
Right.
It's ready to go.
So people are like, I haven't got my W-2 yet. So let's walk people through the process for those of us that, because ultimately, you know, as a consumer, when I get the W-2 and maybe I get a 1099 and the student loan stuff, my goal is to see if I'm going to owe money or what I'm going to get back. But then also I don't want to pay out the nose to get it done. I understand that you're providing a service.
Correct.
But at Ultimate Tax, your goal is to have the experience be enjoyable and to not price gouge people for getting their taxes done, right?
Right.
So I have all my stuff together. Do I have to call to make an appointment or what?
So you can call and make an appointment. We do have walk-in service available as well. So during the last week of January, first week of February, we get a lot of walk-ins.
I bet.
A lot of walk-ins. People are ready for that refund. So, but for convenience sake, we do have appointments, extended hours. We even have drop-off service too.
That's fantastic. So, and the process really is, I've never trusted myself. I'm certainly not a person that's like, I can do my own taxes. Like, no, I don't want to do that because I feel like I would miss a deduction or something. Sure. I like being able to sit across from someone because that's when a conversation will take place. And your employees at Ultimate Tax will ask questions like, do you have kids in daycare? Right? Do you have a business and maybe there's expenses that go along with that? I don't know if that comes up if you're doing it online. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, so you don't get to have that conversation.
Yeah.
You get a computer that's telling you what you think you might get a deduct.
Right.
And then you get to go in and play with your refund to see, well, maybe I could do this or maybe I could do that. So now you're playing on the line there.
Leave it to the professionals. I mean, you guys have been in business for a long time.
Well, I've been in business since 1993.
Wow.
Doing taxes.
Okay, so you know what you're doing.
I do know what I'm doing, yes.
And you know how to save people and maybe find people money that they otherwise wouldn't had.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to help you with those simple things as math errors, deductions. You know, I mean, a lot of questions around kids and deductibility. So, and that's where kind of our specialty is.
Yeah, and just being able to look at someone that you might see at the... I just like the idea of a local company with people that I might see at like Hy-Vee grocery shop. I'm like, hey, there's Mike Ray work for you?
He does.
Right,
yeah.
so there's Mike at the film festival, and then he's going to do my tax. Like, for me, that goes a long way. Again, only having been in Muscatine for 4 years, tried to be out, see people, meet people. I love it.
Right.
It's a good sense. And you've been there long enough, you have a good reputation, and the price is right, it seems like. So people maybe last year they got their taxes done wherever. They come over by you, Ultimate Tax Service. You're very competitive.
We're price competitive, and we're service. We're above service. I mean, I wouldn't say that we're comparable on service because we really appreciate our customers. And we remodeled last year. So we have a nice office. Yeah. It's enjoyable. It's all Han furniture, so put that in there. We made it real comfortable for you to come in and have that conversation with us.
And it's got to be important customer service because this is, I don't want to say it is a sensitive meeting when you're looking at your taxes.
Definitely.
Some people are going to get $8,000 back, and some might have to write a check for $8,000. So you got to have that professional courtesy and that service to be able to have your employees feel confident in what they're doing and the results. And here's the end result, right?
Right.
So I think that goes a long way. Local business, been doing it for a while, and superior customer service. And your team probably at Ultimate Tax, they buy into it, right? Because they know that if Joe Smith comes in and has a good experience and then tells their friend, all of a sudden, maybe you get somebody's whole family. Like, you probably have that, don't you?
Absolutely. We have, like, generations of tax clients, right? So that's what's neat about it is they bring their kids in. They're like, this is where you'll get your taxes done. Yeah. So the trust factor is really there with us. I mean, my dad created that a long time ago, and we really continue that now. And everybody's, like you said earlier, everybody is from Muscatine. We all live in Muscatine that work here. So.
I love that.
Yeah.
Plus commuting. Who wants? It takes me 6 minutes to get from my house to the radios. Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. We don't have traffic in this town.
I don't have time
we
to
don't. Right. There is no traffic. Maybe you get caught in the school traffic.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
But it's like, that's not the worst thing. What's new? Well, before I ask that, so I'm Joe Smith. I bring my return from last year. I got all my stuff. I'm sitting down with one of your employees. We're rocking and rolling. Half hour appointment. How long is it going to take?
It's usually about an hour.
Okay. So carve out an hour in your day.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a piece of cake, people.
It is.
Is there anything new? So it seems like if people aren't paying attention to the tax world, no offense, not that exciting for me.
Fair enough.
I know that I got to get my stuff done, but this is where you come into play as the expert. So are there anything new for this year in regards to filing and getting refunds if you're going to get one?
So the first thing is filing's really not going to start until January 23rd.
Okay.
But you can get your taxes prepared before that.
Sure.
The biggest thing that's going to affect a lot of people is that it's called the PATH Act.
Okay.
And what that's going to do is verify W-2 information against the IRS records. Believe it or not, they didn't do that until after the return was filed.
Sure.
Now they're enforcing it this year. So that's going to delay the refunds for a majority of our clients who are looking for that quick refund.
Gotcha. But how long so if I work, I mean, I guess it's all on like a company by company basis almost, right? Like how quickly, or is it a deadline? Like they have to have by this date, they have to have your stuff so it can match up.
So by January 31st, everything has to be in and filed.
Okay. So you're looking at getting your refund in February?
Yeah, towards the end of February now.
Okay. And that's for the Fed or state or?
That would be for the federal.
For the federal, okay. State always seem like it takes a little bit longer than that federal.
It can. I mean, with electronic filing now, I mean, it's kind of hit or miss if it's going to be 5 days or 14 days. But it's pretty quick when it comes to that, except this year they've announced that there will be delayed refunds just because of the matching of income versus reported income.
Keeping everybody honest.
You
know what I don't want, Mike Steele? I don't want the IRS to ever call me. I never want to get that. We're all guilty with these smartphones. We can see who is calling us, right? Caller ID is a beautiful thing. I never want to look at my phone and it says IRS. Like, oh, no.
No, and that's a great point. The IRS technically will never call you.
Really?
So this is a great consumer protection.
Yeah.
If the IRS does call you, it's fraud. It's that simple. So if the IRS calls you and you get a collection person on the other end and says, hey, you owe $1,500 from your last year's tax return, you made a mistake. First thing your first mode is, it's the IRS and I'm scared.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I better pay this.
Right.
Because make it go away makes it easy, right?
Yeah.
Do not give your information out over the phone. They do not call you.
So
the IRS always sends letters.
Only in the mail.
In the mail.
So you're never. Well, that's great to know.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Obviously, I'm doing okay because I've never reached out.
Yeah.
Fraudulent or not. So you'll only get communication from the IRS in the mail.
In the mail.
Your phone rings. It's a scam. And this is probably a time of the year where these scammers, and we've heard about these in the past, and they always prey on the elderly, which is very aggravating.
That is horrible.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So don't listen to a phone call from. They're never going to call you.
We get calls probably about every other week of
holy cow,
somebody saying, "Hey, the IRS called me." Oh, jeez. Stop right there.
Yeah.
Bring your letter in. Did you get a letter? No, I never got a letter. then don't worry about it.
Then you're okay.
Yep.
So at Ultimate Tax, you're also there for questions like that.
Yeah, we're open year round.
Right. So if you have customers that come and see you, maybe you might only see people once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do have questions on and off time, reach out, ask them. Don't just assume that it's legit.
Yeah. Don't wait till it's too late. So if you get a letter. I mean, mistakes happen. I'll be honest. I mean, every tax preparer has made some kind of mistake, hopefully not intentional, right? But if you get a letter from the IRS, whether you did it on your own or somebody else did it, bring it in to us. We'll take a look at it. I mean, I had a client last week. He owes $2,700, and he couldn't figure out why. And I looked at it and said, it's a math error.
Wow.
And he couldn't even figure that out. And that's okay. That's what we're there for.
Absolutely.
So
right. So if you're debating on where you're going to get your taxes done, I don't even think I have my W-2 yet, and it's okay because filing will start on the 23rd. But if you have it already, go, by all means, go see Mike and the crew. So for a new customer, just that return from 2015
last year's
is all you have to bring with. Make the appointment or walk in. I'm more of like an appointment person. I feel like I want to know that it's going to be at this day of the week at this time. And then probably, with your 2015 return, will there be a receipt for what you paid if they went elsewhere, so you kind of know where they're at?
Yeah, that's a great question. Most of the returns I've seen from competitors, they do put a receipt on there or within their packet. And
you're saving people a lot of money. So for those listening right now that work hard, like we all do, for the money you make, when you go to get your taxes done, it shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg.
No, it shouldn't.
I mean, again, like I said at the onset, you are providing a service, so there is going to be a fee. But if it doesn't have to break the bank, make the switch, right?
Right.
Just do it. I don't understand.
It's simple.
It is. It really is. And if you want to have an enjoyable experience, and again, for some people, they might think of this like going to the dentist, like, oh, I got to get in. But you know what? You could be surprised. And if you're doing it online and you always feel like you're coming up short, stop doing that. Like, don't feel like, as guys, we kind of have this pride, this bravado, like, oh, I can do it myself.
Sure.
Like we were talking off the air. I can't do my own plumbing. I'm not going to attempt it if the sink starts leaking everywhere. I might know how to shut off the water, but I'm not going to get to the root of the problem.
Right.
And if you're doing the taxes on your own, I guarantee you're leaving money on the table.
I guarantee it.
And speaking of money on the table, people come and see you. They can get an advance on their refund. How does that work? Explain that to me.
Great. So what we can do this year, because of the PATH Act, because of our connections, we can get you up to $1,000 advance. It's not going to cost you additional money either.
Sure.
So it's part of the fee. It's included, so it's an option. So you can get up to $1,000 within a day or two of filing.
Holy
with
moly.
us. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that nobody else can do that.
I think there's some competitors out there that could, but I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. You hear that, competitors? You can't even do it. It's beautiful. All right. Let's give people some info on how to get a hold of you, where you're located, and social media, website, all that. So if you have that, let's start with the street address, where you're located.
So I'm across from Come and Go and Pierce Furniture on Colorado. It's 139 Colorado Street. Great big Ultimate Tax and Accounting sign above the door.
You cannot miss the sign.
No, you cannot miss the sign.
The sign was also new along with some of the revamping, right?
It was. We remodeled our offices and we put new signs up, and we actually have a new street sign coming up real soon.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Telephone number.
563-263-0323.
You're on Facebook. I've seen it.
Yes, Ultimate Tax and Accounting.
And website for folks?
UltimateTaxMuscatine.com.
And I'll say this for people that are listening in offices, and I know it exists, if you're looking for someone to handle like payroll and you do all of that.
Yeah,
right?
We've started a bookkeeping service, so we do payroll and monthly bookkeeping services as well.
I think it's excellent. I think you offer a lot, and to do your taxes on a local level and connect with somebody that you're going to see out and about in the community, just it brings it all home to me, and I like that feeling. So thank you for coming in.
Yes, thanks.
Appreciate it. And please consider reaching out to Mike and the crew when you need to get your taxes done. Save money, have a good experience, and then you start to look forward to it. Because you will not get those questions asked by a computer.
You will not.
The technology isn't there yet. And when it gets to that point, that's how we get Terminators. I don't want to do it, Mike. I don't want to. I don't want to
worry for that.
Right? I don't want to worry on my computer being like, "Did you really write off that?" Like, no, stop it, computer. I want somebody to ask me that in person. All right. Have a good rest of your day, okay?
All right. You too. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Mike Steele in the house. It is that time of year. They're going to be busy at Ultimate Tax, and they need to see you. So get that W-2, everything else you need, make an appointment, and get yourself great service at a great price and the maximum amount of dough that you can come get back. Like maybe you have plans to do some remodeling or go on vacation, whatever the case may be. Think of Ultimate Tax.